I've just been out like all afternoon, like chick hunting on the electric bike. It's free. Just go around checking the surf. It's interesting to come back to Sunshine Coast, you know. After 15 years, it's where I grew up. Yeah, but it's so funny. Like, I noticed that chicks are like really easy here. You know what I mean? Like easygoing and not like a stupid easy necessarily. It's a good easy. It's like a, you know, chill, not fear first. You know what I mean? Because I have been, and I can imagine many places around the world. It's very different, and it's like you always have to fit within certain frequency controls to, you know, get that girl. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of the time to do with the archetype or that six-dimensional geometry that she's got going on in her life at that time. If you sneak in that geometry, you're just in, and it's stupid. You know what I mean? Because you could still be like a fuckhead or whatever, and just because you manage to get in on the right, like surf the right energy wave in, you know, they'll give you a go. For instance, that's how it was with, you know, Pleiadian Mystique YouTuber, that girl Haley. She went to my high school. It was very, very weird. I didn't talk to her back at high school and stuff. And I don't know, it's just strange, you know, because I started first talking about Pleiadian stuff, I managed to just get in very easily. And I was also doing, you know, similar stuff to her, like Conscious Azine is similar to her, you know, spiritual videos in a way. It's around the same. It's not the same subjects or anything, but it's around the same thing, right? You know, being just generally spiritual videos and stuff, right? So that's what I mean. That's a good example, because I was operating in that archetype. I was just able to immediately, you know, date her and then, you know, go out with her further. And I just thought it was interesting, and I thought I'd give it a go, right? But the same thing as I've seen in like the last 10 years. And I thought maybe this will like pass or something, but it's like, you know how Rise of 5 from Gold Ring Game of Enlightenment and Abundance, he was talking about women are now holding the light and the man love. And I mean, I get that, and that's fine on a spiritual level in a way, but it's also not. Because it's now that women are acting like men, right? It's like, and there's like an over empowerment, and what I'm saying is that it's not natural, because the feminine energy is receptive. So, for instance, if I'm out there hunting for chicks like I was this afternoon, and I pick you up, so to speak. It's funny, I met another girl from my high school just this afternoon. Oh my god, weirdest experience. She was into it. And then I recognised her and she recognised me, and we just sat down to talk. It was so funny. She was like, "Oh, this is very bold." Because I just said, "Oh, is that guy your boyfriend?" That was my initial line. That was my kickoff line. Is that guy your boyfriend? I'm just so lazy with it now, like, because when you go through the numbers, you know, it's just like you just get fucking annoyed, and you just don't care about living up to a certain like frequency control or societal like norm level. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm breaking through it again. We got to get me like some spy camera glasses just for this, I think. It's funny, the stuff I say, and the stuff that they say back on track is also funny in a bad way. You know, I'm doing stuff in a freedom way and enlightenment and abundance, even wanting to get past any you know, fears and stuff, is going for abundance, the abundant sex, you know what I mean? Like having a good, where it's just easy, you don't give each other like weird trouble of like tests and shit. It's just like, hey, I like you, you like me, you know, and natural, right? So anyway, what I was saying before and what I want to come back to is like how, you know, if I'm out there hunting, right, and being like a male and being in my like correct natural energy, right, and don't forget, the reason we discuss this shit is because we've got weird transgenderism and shit happening, right, and all sorts of fucking weird stuff happening. So what I'm offering is, you know, maybe not a full explanation, but I see things associated with it, like, you know, Age of Aquarius, the divine feminine return energy, right? Return of the divine feminine, blah blah blah. And how I was saying before, Riza was saying, like, you know, the women are now holding the light, and the man is to be in service in love. In service in love. Sounds like giving away all your energy and all your soul and everything. That's what it sounds like. If you really think about it. Oh, it sounds so beautiful at first, though. But if you really think about like the actions that have to take place for that. Yeah. Anyway, and you know, relevant to that is like I see women just like so assertive and really with a type of masculine dominant energy. Now that can partly be explained because when a male, you know, becomes enlightened, it's like your higher self is feminine, and vice versa. It's Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, talked about this, right? The anima and the animus of the male and the female. So our higher anima is different to their higher animus, and it's the opposite. So for a woman, when they're moving up and ascending and going into their higher self mode, it's masculine. So that's another explanation for all this. I just wanted to talk about this, about how annoying it is at a lower level, because you can see that often, not all the time, but there's so many occasions I've seen like a girl's attracted, and then there's some weird like norm or something she's trying to hold to, which is programming, is what I'm saying. Right, all these videos are to release programming. I'm not just like being a weird fucking male chauvinist or something. I'm getting at programming. So I'm seeing I'm a mass mind reprogrammer, and this is one issue I'm seeing because it's throwing off natural balance. That's why I'm talking about this stuff, not just because I'm horny and picking up chicks or something like that. But you know, I see natural balance getting really disturbed by this, and I don't like where it's going because we're gonna, you know, firstly we're gonna get an AI. It'll be female, right? The overlord AI will be feminine, and you know the females hold that social engagement energy as well. You know, male energy is, you know, real men is more rogue, right? And solo, right? It's just, this is the way I look at stuff in what is happening in the world today, because a lot of people ask me a lot of questions, and this is just how I navigate. You know, one way I navigate is by using nature and what's natural. Now I know that the past is no longer an accurate guide to go off into this future because we've hit maximum novelty domain. But if we're to stay like human, it's important. It's because it's such like deep roots. Like when we talk about Mgtow and stuff movement, it's not that we're all just silly male chauvinists or something. I see other men as well are saying like, you know, don't help women. Well, oh, this girl came, she asked me for help for this, don't help them. You know, let them go through the experience, and a lot of them are doing that, and it's like an emasculating thing for them as well. Yeah, it's good in a way, but then what I'm saying is some of them are taking that with them into, for instance, the dating game where it shouldn't be and it doesn't belong, and it's going to fuck up your synchronicity and your serendipity. I'm talking to ladies right now. When you're doing this. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop here. I'm not going to rant on forever. Just a few quick points. I'm seeing women turn to lesbians and just fully off men as well. And we're going to make an Organic Portal Men video. It's coming finally after 3 years. Don't worry, ladies. And I just wanted to figure out how to talk about it. And so I'll be doing that soon. But also what I was saying was this stuff, you know, it's like some of this stuff's going too far. Some of it is very positive.